This evening, first up, he was a presidential guard, a trusted friend, and a killer. Former police officer Yogendra Sukhdeo lured 21-year-old Amit Singh to a secluded location with the promise of a gold deal, bludgeoned him to death, and stole $8 million. He will serve at least 30 years of life sentence. Also, President Ali comes out swinging on the farm controversy, dismissing the allegations of misinformation, revealing he has recordings with what he calls security implications, and announcing he will broadcast live from the property so Guyanese can see it for themselves. Then, from the ashes of the fire-gutted Brickdam Police Station, a national security tower is rising, and the government wants it finished before the year's end. A new headquarters for a police force being rebuilt from the ground up. Meanwhile, over 1,100 childcare practitioners have been trained, 6,000 more over 5 years, and a $1.2 billion investment to put care centers in every region. Ghana is betting big on its younger citizens, starting long before they ever reach the classroom. And the Ebola death toll in eastern Congo climbs to 600. And behind every number is a story like 18-year-old Yogendra, who lost both parents to the virus and now raises her younger sibling alone. Those stories and more are coming up. Stay with us. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for July 10th, 2026. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the Ministry of Education has officially released the results of the 2026 National Grade 6 Assessment, with thousands of students learning their secondary school placements as they prepare for the next stage of their academic journey. The results were announced today at the Arthur Chang Conference Center, where students, parents, teachers, and education officials gathered to celebrate the achievements of the 15,938 candidates who sat the examinations. The NGSA remains a key assessment in determining placements in secondary schools across Guyana, marking the transition from primary to secondary education. The ministry reported improvements in student performance, particularly in mathematics and English, highlighting the continued efforts of students, teachers, and parents in preparing for the examination. Among the top performers at Georgetown were 6 students who shared first place. They are Anjali Prasad, Asiru Mohammed, Devya Prasad, Kaylee Phillips, Raiden Rambisoon, and Zoraya Niamatli. Other top performers include Aiden Ali, who secured 7th place, while Annalise Prasad, Asmita Singh, and Elena Samad shared the 8th space position. The Ministry of Education said it remains committed to supporting learners and ensuring a smooth transition as students move to secondary schools. Further details on overall performance and school placements can be found on the Ministry of Education's Facebook page. Moving on, a former police officer who admitted to brutally murdering a young businessman during an $8 million robbery has been sentenced to life imprisonment, with Justice Sandal Kasoon describing the killing as a calculated and cold-blooded act driven by greed. 27-year-old Yogendra Sukhdeo was sentenced in the Demerara High Court on Thursday for the 2023 murder of 21-year-old Amit Singh. The court ordered that Sukhdeo serve 30 years before becoming eligible for parole, with time already spent on remand to be deducted from his sentence. Sukhdeo changed his plea to guilty last month, moments before his trial was set to begin. The court heard that he lured Singh, a trusted friend, under the false pretense of purchasing gold before taking him to a secluded location at the Penitence, where he bludgeoned him to death and stole approximately $8 million. In delivering the sentence, Justice Kasoon said the murder was carefully planned and carried out with the extreme violence, adding that Sukhdeo had abused a relationship of trust and later attempted to conceal the crime. The judge also noted that Sukhdeo's previous service as a presidential guard and special branch officer made the offense even more serious because of the public trust placed in those positions. The court also heard emotional victim impact statements from Singh's parents, who described the devastating loss of their son and the lasting pain his death has caused their family. Although Sukhdeo expressed remorse and sought forgiveness from Singh's family, the court ruled that the aggravating factors, including premeditation, financial motive, and the brutality of the attack, far outweighed any mitigating circumstances resulting in a life sentence. While the court proceedings have concluded, Amit Singh's family continues to mourn the loss of a son whose life was cut tragically short by someone he trusted. In an update to a story we've been covering all week, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has again dismissed allegations surrounding his privately owned farm, insisting that every aspect of the investment is transparent, legally declared, and fully accounted for. Speaking on Thursday after returning from CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, President Ali rejected claims made by opposition political figure Azruddin Mohammed, describing them as part of a campaign of misinformation and deception. The president stressed that the farm has never been a secret and has long been public knowledge.
Once again, be very clear. My farm is not a discovery. It is public information, including the discoverer himself. He himself knows about the existence of my farm. A farm that I have built and can account for every single investment in that farm.
The president said the property was developed through commercial bank loans, with all assets and financial obligations declared to the Integrity Commission. He also rejected claims about the farm's size and value, maintaining that the figures being circulated are exaggerated and that the lease is governed by the same terms and conditions as those of other leaseholders without any special concessions or state-funded infrastructure.
The size of the farm is not even half of what he said it is. This man lied to the extent that he exaggerated the size of the farm. Not even half of what he said the size of the farm is. That is the depth of the lie. The investment, this huge investment he is saying. Well, I wish if I can even get 20% of that investment for the entire farm now.
Addressing criticisms of sanctions against the Mohammed family, President Ali said those measures were imposed by the United States, not by his administration. He also disclosed that he has received messages and recordings which he believes have security implications. To counter what he describes as misinformation, President Ali announced that he will periodically broadcast live from the farm to give Guyanese a first-hand look at its operations. He also urged the public to carefully assess information circulated in the public domain and distinguish facts from falsehood, while reaffirming his government's commitment to serving the people of Guyana. Stick around when we return. Ghana invests $1.2 billion in early childhood care, and Ghana's new national security tower rising on Brickdam.
H&T Theater Arts Group presents Till I Find a Place in Guyana, Part 3. She's back.
First, it was the Spanish connection.
I'm pregnant for the same man you say can't get you pregnant. Yes, we're buying as a friend.
Then it was the Spanish baby.
Listen, I still want for that with you, okay? And I say first come, first serve.
And I say first come, first go.
Now then.
What make you come to Abidis?
This woman messing up my life, man. And why you get rid of shit? We go fix shit for you.
Basta de mí.
Por favor.
Saturday, July 18 and Sunday, July 19 at the National Cultural Center. Tickets $3,000 and $2,500. Written by Ronald Hollingsworth and directed by Sharon Cadogan Taylor and Ronald Hollingsworth. Till I Find a Place in Guyana, Part 3. She's back.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change, correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone whom you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will open Monday to Friday from 8 to 18 hours, Saturday, Sunday and holidays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. What once the site of a fire-gutted police station is now rising as a symbol of Ghana's ambition to build a truly modern law enforcement capability, and the government wants it done before the year is out. Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Amit Singh, performing the duties of the Minister of Home Affairs, paid a site visit to the new National Security Tower in Brickdam on Wednesday, accompanied by Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken and other senior officials, to inspect the progress of what will become the Guyana Police Force's central headquarters. Dr. Singh made it clear that the facility represents far more than a replacement for the former Brickdam Police Station, which was destroyed by fire. He noted that it is not just a reconstruction of the old Brickdam Police Station. It is a major investment in building a truly modern police force equipped to meet the requirements of a modern Guyana. The tower forms part of a broader government investment to modernize the Ghana Police Force, encompassing new command centers, expanding transport assets, advanced forensic capabilities, and CCTV surveillance networks, smart traffic management systems, and a shift towards intelligent-led policing. When completed, the facility will bring a wide range of police services under one roof, improving both operational efficiency and public service delivery. Dr. Singh urged the contractors to ensure the project reaches completion before the end of 2026, noting that the building has already transformed the skyline of Georgetown, and the force it will house is being transformed along with it. In other news, the foundation of a child's future is being built long before they ever enter a classroom, and Ghana is making a serious investment to get those earliest years right. Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Venu Prasad, announced on Wednesday that over 1,100 child care practitioners have been trained in early childhood development, as the government doubles down on building the human capacity needed to provide safe, nurturing environments for the country's youngest citizens. The announcement was made at the opening of the second National Early Childhood Development Conference at the Arthur Chang Conference Center, organized by the Ministry's Child Care and Protection Agency in partnership with UNICEF and the Government of Canada under the theme, "It Takes a Village, Uniting Hearts and Minds for Early Childhood." Dr. Prasad also revealed that the Women Initiative and Investment Network and the Child Care and Protection Agency have collectively trained more than 6,000 persons in childcare over the past 5 years, a significant expansion of the country's early childhood workforce. Looking ahead, the government's new Co-Invest initiative is expected to train an additional 459 persons to provide home-based and community-based childcare across several regions. Backed by a $1.2 billion government investment aimed at ensuring accessible care centers exist in every region of the country.
We must also build human capacity. And we've been passionate about that at the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, making sure we equip you with the skills to deliver the best care to our children.
The conference brought together stakeholders from across the sectors to strengthen Ghana's national framework for the early childhood care, reinforcing the message that investing in children from their earliest years is one of the most impactful investments a nation can make. Don't go away after the break. Venezuela earthquake survivors battle grief as humanitarian needs grow, and China rescuers race to save thousands stranded after Typhoon Mesak floods.
H&T Theater Arts Group presents Till I Find a Place in Guyana, Part 3. She's back.
First it was the Spanish connection.
I am pregnant for the same man you say can't get you pregnant. Yes, what buying as a break.
Then it was the Spanish baby.
Listen, I still want for that with you, okay? And I say first come, first serve.
And I said first come, first go.
Now this.
What make you come to have this?
This woman messing up my life, man. And why y'all get rid of shit? We go fix shit for you.
Faster than me. Por favor.
Saturday, July 18 and Sunday, July 19 at the National Cultural Center. Ticket $3,000 and $2,500. Written by Ronald Hollingsworth and directed by Sharon Cadogan Taylor and Ronald Hollingsworth. Till I Find a Place in Guyana, Part 3. She's back.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Tuesday, July 14, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gr.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Good evening. Tonight, Trinidad steps up to provide a ferry linking Caribbean nations. Venezuela's earthquake death toll tops 3,800 with thousands still missing. Record rainfall from Typhoon Mesak batters southern China, and Ebola claims 600 lives in eastern Congo as the outbreak spreads to new areas. We will begin in the Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago will temporarily provide a ferry to transport cargo among Caribbean Community member states as the region advances plans for an affordable interregional ferry service. The announcement came following CARICOM's 51st regular meeting in St. Lucia. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley said the initiative will initially focus on ports in the southern and eastern Caribbean, while private sectors operator work to secure a dedicated vessel. Nearly 2 weeks after Venezuela's back-to-back earthquakes, more than 3,800 people have died and over 17,000 remain homeless, with tens of thousands still unaccounted for. Al Jazeera Nora Soto reports.
Nearly 2 weeks after Venezuela's devastating back-to-back earthquakes, thousands of people are still unable to return home. This shelter in the town of Baruta in Caracas used to be a community sports center. It's now a donation center that is providing refuge for more than 300 displaced people. Some came from the hardest hit communities in La Guaira state. Others are residents of Baruta whose homes have been declared unsafe. Here, volunteers provide food, medicine, clothing, and a safe space to sleep while families wait for what comes next.
What we need most right now is drinking water and hydration supplies, personal hygiene items, as well as medical supplies. We began this work on June 24th, but we don't know when it will end.
For many families here, life has changed overnight. Some lost everything, others escaped with only a few belongings. While their basic needs are being met, uncertainty remains. No one knows how long they will have to stay here before they can return home.
Knowing that we lost loved ones, that we were trapped under the rubble, and that, thank God, we were rescued is traumatic. But seeing how a political situation prevents things from improving despite everything we are going through is even more traumatic.
The emotional and psychological impact of the disaster is becoming more visible. In La Guaira, fresh graves are a reminder that many families are only beginning to grieve. Volunteer psychologists say emotional recovery is just as important as food, shelter, and medical care. Without immediate support, they warn trauma can become much more difficult to overcome.
If you let it go, if months pass without psychological care, it turns into pathological grief. This can lead to other complications, such as losing the will to live. That's why this care must be provided immediately.
Volunteer psychologists are helping survivors cope with fear, grief, and trauma. But they say that for many of them, healing will take much longer than rebuilding homes. Nori Soto, Al Jazeera, Caracas.
Typhoon Mesak has unleashed record rainfalls on southern China's Guangxi region, with more than 60 centimeters falling in some regions within days. Al Jazeera's Katrina Yu reports.
The storm may have passed, but the danger isn't over. A young child is lowered from the window of a flooded building in China's southern Guangxi province after Typhoon Mesak dumped record-breaking rainfall across the region. Many areas remain underwater. Emergency teams are working non-stop to rescue people trapped in buildings. In some parts of the region, more than 60 centimeters of rain fell in just a few days. River levels rose quickly, collapsing dams and sending torrents of muddy water into downstream communities. Dozens of people were killed, and some are still missing.
Currently, 341 reservoirs across the region are operating above their flood limit water levels. Extreme torrential rainfall has triggered critical emergencies at the reservoirs, such as Liulan and Yunbiao.
In the city of Guigang, more than 10,000 students were trapped inside their schools. Electric rafts are being used to bring them to safety, but the process is slow. Food, water, and other critical supplies are being delivered by drone to those sheltering in place. The full cost of the damage will likely take months to assess. Around 50,000 livestock have been lost in the disaster, though pigs were miraculously rescued. A snake breeding farm reported the escape of 900 reptiles, including venomous cobras, with some villages being bitten and needing medical attention. Authorities are now preparing for more extreme weather, with Super Typhoon Bavi barreling towards China's eastern coast. It's expected to make landfall in the next few days. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera.
The Ebola death toll in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo have raised to 600, with health officials investigating suspected cases in previous unaffected areas. Al Jazeera's Hamza Mohammed reports.
Lajwa Kahindo should be in school, excited about what the future may hold. But the 18-year-old is learning how to raise her younger siblings. She lost both her parents to Ebola.
My mother's condition was very serious. She contracted the disease while she was pregnant, and its effects were causing her a lot of discomfort. On Monday, the neighbors called an ambulance to take her away and asked my father to go with her, since he was also sick. They both went to the hospital. On Tuesday, we received the terrible news. Both my father and my mother had died.
Kahindo has become both sister and parent, caring for her younger brothers and sisters while trying to rebuild a life shattered by the virus. She says the responsibility leaves little room for grief.
When I look at my younger siblings, I tell myself that if I spend my days and nights crying, who will comfort them? That gives me the strength to carry on.
They visit their parents' graves, planting a tree in their memory. For the youngest, the loss is still difficult to understand. Kahindo explains that this is where their father now rests. Later, they return to the family home, still locked and abandoned since their parents died. Their uncle, who has taken them in, says the tragedy changed his understanding of the disease.
To everyone who still doubts that this disease exists, stop doubting. If anyone comes to raise awareness about this disease, please do not ignore them, and please do not doubt anymore. I have no more doubts.
As the outbreak continues to spread, more families are suffering the same unimaginable loss. For children like Kahindo and her siblings, surviving Ebola was only the beginning. Now they are learning to grow up without the people they loved most. Hamza Mohammed, Al Jazeera.
Thanks, Dominique. This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-minute forecast. And that's it to the 2 headline news for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We will be off for the weekend, but you can tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and do have a wonderful weekend.